Hi, I'm Mike Supius. I'm the Associate Director for Digital Media at the Teaching, Learning, and Technology Center, and today we're going to go through some of the basic features of Windows 8 here on the Slate device. All right, as you can see, I've got the Slate all set up. I've got the stylus here. There are some things I'll do with the stylus and some things I will use nothing more than this. Let's go ahead and get started. As you see, we're at the start screen. To start your device, all you need to do is swipe up on the start screen. Okay, that will bring up your password prompt. You can go ahead and log in with your university ID and the virtual keyboard, which we'll be using for a couple of things today. All right, so the first thing that you're going to notice about the Windows 8 start screen when you log in is it's not your traditional desktop view. These applications are all set up here as tiles, which allow you to access them very easily. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how to navigate through it. We're going to show you how to access some of these tiles and play with them a little bit. Now, obviously, the first thing you'll note is that there are a lot more tiles here than there is real estate, so I can certainly swipe from side to side and go through. Simply one finger swipe will walk you through the applications. Now, obviously, if there are way too many applications here, you can certainly do a pinch and zoom and go ahead and search through it this way. I can pinch and zoom out, pinch and zoom in, pinch and zoom out, and pull these things together. So if you've got a lot of applications here, don't sweat having too many of them on one screen. You can certainly do different things. Now I can also change the look of some of these tiles here, and you'll note right away that some of the tiles that I have here have some information in them that's being updated. Like this one right here, this little photo tile is showing you pictures that I have stored on this device of vacations that I've taken in the past and things like that. Now if I want to access any one of these applications, I simply tap on it, and I'll show you that in a second. But one thing I can do is I can change some of the properties of them, and if I want to do that, I simply tap and hold and drag down a little bit, and we'll see that this app bar across the bottom pops up and it gives me options to unpin from the start, uninstall, which completely removes the application from my device, make a smaller tile, or turn the live tile off so I wouldn't get that dynamic feed of information going into it. Why don't we go ahead and turn that live tile off, and you'll see that it goes from images popping into the traditional little icon that looks a lot like some of the other apps. Again, if I want to set that up, I'll go ahead and click and hold and drag down a little bit till I see that check mark pop up. There's my app bar again. Go ahead and turn the live tile back on, and we go back to seeing photos of my son in the ground. Very exciting stuff. Now, another thing I can do, obviously, is I can open up these applications, and the easiest way to do that is just go ahead and tap on any one of them. I'll tap on the news feed, for example, and we'll see all of the latest day's news. Now, one thing you'll note right away is this is not the traditional app. It's not a website. It doesn't have a navigation bar across the top or along the bottom. There's no close button here. But I can swipe from side to side and go and take a look at the day's news. And if I wanted to click on any one of those articles, just use your finger and go ahead and click. Now, to get out of this, there are a couple of different ways to do it, but by far the easiest is just to hit this Windows key down here at the bottom, which will take me back to my start screen. If I open up another application, like say the Bing app, we'll note right away, same thing, Windows 8 app. No navigation across the top or bottom. If I want to get out of it, I can certainly hit the Windows key. But before we do that, let's take a look at this application and wonder what happens when we go ahead and click into the search box. Well, right away we get a virtual keyboard that pops up that allows us to search for things. So let's go ahead and type in a search function for our favorite university and top that up. And Bing will give you the results of everything for Seton Hall University. If I go ahead and click on that first one, we'll find that Internet Explorer, the Windows 8 version, pops up and takes me straight to Seton Hall University. Again, another application. Now, I showed you before to get out of an application, you can certainly click the Windows 8 key, but what happens if I want to turn the application off and not simply navigate away from it? I can click and drag down from the top of the screen and make this application turn into a little thumbnail, and then I simply throw it away. I'll do that again. Let's go ahead and go back into Bing. I'll go and swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down, turns into a little thumbnail, and I can throw it away, and I'm back here on my start screen. Now, another thing I can do is I can use the Microsoft switcher bar to get me through different applications that I've had open recently. If I want to simply swipe from the left to the right, you'll see that I can bring up the last applications in order of which I've used them. Another thing that I can do is I can swipe from the left to the right, hold, and swipe back, and we'll see that we bring up what is known as the Microsoft switcher bar. This shows me all of the applications that I've recently used, including the start screen down here at the bottom. Go ahead and click that, and it opens it up. Again, from the left to the right, hold, and swipe back, and you'll find the switcher bar pop up. Now, I can easily close applications from here as well, which is an important feature. Using my stylus, it's very easy. If you click the little button on the stylus and tap on the application, you'll get a close box that prompts up. Go ahead and click close and the application goes away. Now, how do I close other applications, say for example the news app? The easy way to do it once you're inside of the application is to swipe down from the top of the screen, and you'll see that it turns into a small thumbnail. You can simply slide it down to the bottom and throw it away. Let's do that one more time with an open application. Let's go ahead and open up News again. And we'll see that if I swipe down from the top of the screen, it'll eventually turn into a thumbnail, and I can throw it away. Go back to the switcher bar, you'll see that News is not featured here. One other feature that I want to show you is the Charms bar. Now, the Charms bar is important for the assets that it holds, and let's take a look at that. The easiest way to bring up the Charms bar is to swipe from the right to the left. And you'll note that we've got several features here. There's the search feature, there's the sharing, the Windows 8 key, devices, settings, and then we've even got our clock with our power and date and Wi-Fi status and battery status over here. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the settings. Down here at the bottom, there's something important called Change PC Settings. Let's go ahead and click on that and bring open the Windows 8 app that is PC Settings. This is a place that I can go to personalize my device. I can change the lock screen or the start screen. I can set up a new wireless if I'm off campus. I can set up other devices like a monitor or a printer or what have you. So PC Settings will be very important to you. Let's go ahead and close this by dragging from the top, making a thumbnail, and swiping away. Now, as long as we're here, let's go back to the Charms bar and do a quick search on something. Imagine I want to search to find a file or find an application, or I just want to open up something like Microsoft Word. If I go ahead into the app bar, here's my virtual keyboard, and type in Word, right away, it'll access Microsoft Word. I'll click that open, and it will take me to the desktop version of Microsoft Word. I'm going to go back to the Start menu, and there's one more thing that I want to show you, and that's the Apps bar. When we swipe up from the bottom or down from the top, it will bring us our Apps bar. And our Apps bar is that place where we can find all of the applications on our machine. Now, before, when we were on the Start menu, we were able to use pinch to zoom to pull us in and show us everything. Well, you can do the same thing here on the Apps page. We're going to go ahead and pinch, and what it will do is it will give us an alphabetical listing of the applications plus applications categorized by group. Pinch and expand, and you can go ahead and zoom out and take a look. If you incorporate the Charms bar here, you can certainly search for something. Again, if we search for Word, it'll pop right up. We can go ahead and search, and there it is at our desktop view.